Good afternoon, Black Knight fans. Welcome to Robbinsville High School. This is Game 2 of the 2024 slate featuring the Robbinsville Lady Knights hosting the Lady Panthers from just over the mountain in Franklin in Macon County. How you doing, folks? Kevin Hensley with you here on GramstarSports.com. We are doing another exclusive freebie for all of you great Black Knight fans this afternoon. And we hope you enjoy it here on the Gramstar YouTube channel. Beginning next week, we will shift to our pay-per-view model, win, lose, or draws. So this is the last one you'll see before it goes behind the paywall. We hope that you enjoyed today's telecast. And we are in the second warm-up session. We're starting a little late with Varsity because the JV match went to 3 sets. We'll talk more about that as the evening goes along. And we'll discuss both programs as the evening progresses as well. It's Robbinsville and Franklin coming up next here on the Gramstar YouTube channel. We thank you for tuning in, and we welcome you back to Robbinsville High School fans. It's a raucous atmosphere in here tonight. You wouldn't know it, but we are live and in living color here on a Wednesday night. And why is it so raucous? Well, we got fans. They're directly underneath us, though. It's an unusual setup. We'll have to talk more about that as the evening progresses, but they are here and we are live. And this is your exclusive home for Lady Knights and Black Knights athletics all year long and beyond the Gramstar. And we do have the Gramstar Sports Network over at, simple enough, GramstarSports.com. Set 1 is ready to commence, and we'll have to see who's going to get the opening salvo. I believe it is going to be Robbinsville, if I read the opening introductions right, but I got a 50-50 shot at it, so I guess we'll see as the evening rolls along. If you're with us Monday, we hope you enjoyed watching the Lady Knights take care of business against the TC Roberson Lady Rams. That was a sweep. Robbinsville took down the 4A Mountain Conference champions 22-25, and the last set, the first two were 17-25 splits, 1 and 2. And frankly, I think stunned the team from Asheville. It looks like it will be Franklin, so I do stand corrected getting the opening serve. We're going to stay wide. We're over in the corner now. A new setup if you didn't see us Monday. We're in a new corner. Somebody put baby in the corner. How dare they? But I digress. Kicking it off will be number 17. That is senior Emma Letford. And we are underway here in Robbinsville. Opening tip comes at 6:35 p.m. and a neutral zone violation called on number 14. That was Callie Queen, another senior. And it's 1-0 Lady Knights here in the early going. And a little bit of a different rotation tonight. Ren Hooper starts off with her first from the service line. Claire Barlow and Ren Hooper get crossed up at the net. And we're knotted up at 1 apiece here on Gramstar Sports. And that'll go to Franklin as well as 2-1 here in set 1. And now Miss Queen will go back to the service line. Jump serve for the senior. Liz Carpenter will receive a pass from Hooper to Daphne Barlow on the outside. And Franklin looks like they're going to successfully defend it. A tip over by Kiara Bowles will finish the trio. And there's a push by the Lady Knights. Daphne Barlow, freshman, steps right up into the varsity ranks and has fit in nicely here in the first match and, well, about a 10th of the season. And Miss Barlow is behind us at the service line. We're short on camera people again tonight. It's Kevin Hensley and the Kevin Hensley production, I suppose. God help you all. Here's a pass. And another spike over by Miss Bowles will go nowhere. And number 17, Emma Lemford, can't defend the kill up front. Good work by Liz Carpenter and Claire Barlow, a pair of seniors. And the best of friends outside of the circle as well. Barlow serves again. That would be Daphne Barlow. And the legend herself, Ava, is in attendance with us tonight. And that spike will go out after being, it was in, I beg your pardon, in the corner of the court. So that is a 3-3 split now here in set 1. And stepping up to serve is going to be number 22. That's Ryan Green. That just spiked the ball for the Panthers. Good tip off the backhand by Claire Barlow. Shot from the left by Miss Bowles, defended nicely by Olivia Lewis. Libero this year, the other senior for Robbinsville. Carpenter's block is thwarted. That ball is out right on the line, just here behind us. The one and only Emery Chickalilly is running line judge for Robbinsville tonight. Oh my. And I'm sorry, we do not know who the Franklin line judge is. It is 3-4 as our scoreboard is trying to catch up to technology. There we go. Here in set one. Good shot over the middle. Good passes. This is a senior-heavy Panthers team, and they are coming off a strong year. How about that defense up front by freshman Chloe Adams? And that makes it 3-5 here in set numero uno. Becca Brooks led the Lady Panthers to a 23-3 record last season. And Barlow's dig is going to go stage right. A little too far, too. They were 11-1 in the Mountain 7 conference last year. That's a 3A division. Is Franklin. And they were, of course, were the conference champions as a result of that. We've got stats here in front of us, of course. We'll talk more about these individual players as we go through the evening. But Franklin made it to the second round of the state playoffs last year, hosted Hickory High School, and fell in the second round of the postseason. Good dive to try to save that one by number 8. That was Bristol Brooks. She is a freshman, matter of fact, for the Lady Panthers. It is 4-6. Turi Waddy takes her first serve of the evening. Switched from libero to defensive specialist in the offseason. Good dig by Waddy. You see why. She's a versatile athlete. There's Adams with the return. And Ren Hooper saves on the right side. Tip in the middle by Carpenter. Big pass. And here comes Bowles. Blocked by Adams. And the ball's still alive. Ledford with a double block. And Adams and Carpenter still keeping it going. Here comes Carpenter. And a miscommunication at the net. Franklin gets the volley. It is 5-6. Wow, what a contentious point that turned into on the Grimstar YouTube channel. Kiara Bowles will step back to the service line. And Daphne Barlow defends it right on the perimeter. Pass from her older sister, Claire Barlow, to Liz Carpenter. Gets it back over the net. Big spike from the left side by Callie Queen is defended nicely by the Lady Knights. And a nice kill in the back left corner of the court. Emma Ledford squeaked it by Miss Claire Barlow. And we're knotted up 6-all. Here in our opening set. We do have our streaming schedule that we are going to show you as we go throughout the evening. At some point, we'll flash it onto the screen and you can take a shot of it. And, of course, it was in last week's edition of the Graham Star as well. We hope you picked up a copy. We'll talk more about this week's edition tonight. We've got a lot to discuss with you, Black Knight and Lady Knight faithful. Here's Carpenter with a nice, gentle push. And a tip in the middle by number 2. That is Aubrey Haley, another senior for the Lady Panthers. Here's a pass from Daphne Barlow to Liz Carpenter to the back row. And a libero, number 4, that was Michaela Sanders, dug it out. She's a senior as well. And a little entanglement at the net. Nice work by Chloe Adams and Ren Hooper for the misdirection. Advantage, Lady Knights. It is 6-7 here in set 1. Robbinsville struggled last year against the Franklin Lady Panthers. They were actually the first team Robbinsville saw last season, and the Lady Knights fell in 4 here at home in the return battle, which took place on October 2nd in Franklin. The Lady Panthers were well into a groove and swept the Lady Knights. Lady Knights are looking sharp, though, here in the early part of the season already. A lot of continuity on the court. We discussed it in this week's edition, of course, recapping Monday's matchup, and a point goes. They're going to call a carry, I believe, on Miss Adams. It is 8-7 advantage Franklin. Here's the shot in from Hooper to Adams, and to the back row. Sanders will save it. Good passes. And that one got Waddy, and there's nothing they can do there. That kind of fell into no man's land. 9-7. Panthers up by 2. See Katie Phillips in the left corner of the screen. She has backed out, but she is beginning her, if you can believe this, 8th season as the Lady Knights head coach. Former player here at Robbinsville, a graduate of the 2012 class here at Robbinsville High School. Big block up front for the Panthers. They're up by 3. Game is all about momentum. It can shift quickly. Good reception from Surrey. Waddy. Here's the pass from Hooper to Daphne Barlow on the outside and is defended on the back row by Bowles. Good dig by Barlow. Nice work by the senior, and now she'll spike it over just for funsies. Sanders pass. Tip at the net by number 14, Callie Queen. Ball drops. It is still Franklin possession. 11-7. Sanders set to serve. Say that 5 times fast. And that's going to be an ace. First one of the matchup for either side. And Katie Phillips is going to try to find out how things have gotten so disjointed. We'll take a break with her on GramstarSports.com. Welcome back, one and all, to Robbinsville High School. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. And the second matchup of the season between Robbinsville and Franklin. Lady Knights are in their second matchup. As we mentioned, they, of course, hung tough on Monday, swept TC Roberson, a 4A program out of Asheville, 17-25, 17-25, and 22-25. Lady Panthers are currently on a 7-1 run, dueling here with Robbinsville in the opening set, and just got to get the kinks worked out, so to speak. Everything should be good to go.
not locked, I still like to play back a little bit. Because, I mean, if you're locked, all that means, it doesn't really necessarily change how you line up. Lock just means you've got one man no matter what. If he comes inside, you come inside. When he goes outside, you go outside. But every other situation, like buddy, cover three, you don't have one man. You have to lock. Like cover three, if you're good, yeah, if he goes like this and runs a post, you don't post. You'll say in, and you got to be ready for ball. Buddy, you got to be ready for the work off your weak days. So we got like the house pretty much. Yeah, that's why I bought. Lockers not like this. The season count doesn't change a lot. The lock like this. I don't know. They'll tell you. You guys do matchups. Sometimes it's like it'd be easier that way. It's like especially when they like stagger each other, like ones like drop behind, it'd be better off the lock. That's what guys do. It's not necessarily. Yeah.
Fans, we apologize. We had a technical issue run into us. Kind of threw us off kilter. Glad we were able to keep the video live, of course, for all of you great, faithful fans. Thank you for watching our free telecast this afternoon here in Robbinsville. And things have definitely shifted from the last time we were speaking here on this telecast. And the Franklin Lady Panthers have ran away with our opening set. We were at a 7-7 deadlock when we went to our break, and we have come back, and you can see the end result. It was actually a 16-point run by Franklin before Robbinsville struck again. So that is a tough deficit to overcome, as you can see. Lady Panthers are clicking, and the Lady Knights have just kind of become disjointed here in the opening set. So hopefully they'll be able to rejigger things in between. They get a 3-minute break, of course, in between sets here in North Kakalaki. There's a nice little tip attempt over by Ren Hooper. Lady Knights are trying to get anything they can going, but they have been outfoxed here in the opening set by the Lady Panthers. 25-10 is how it'll play out. And be back in 3 with all of you here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Let's see if Robbinsville can reverse its fortunes from the opening set. Service error is not the way to get it started. And a rotation coming. It will be Piper Whittakin tagging in and Bristol Brooks tagging out. Whittakin will be on the front row. Back to serve is Emma Ledford for Franklin, who quickly has a 1-0 advantage here in set 2. Pass from Liz Carpenter to Ren Hooper. We're back and running. Daphne Barlow gets the tip over the net, and errant slap at the top will give Robbinsville its first point of the period. It's 1-1. Fans, just a couple of minutes, we're going to have a unique event. So we ask you just please bear with us. What we're going to be doing at the top of the hour in real time at 7 o'clock is we're going to be stopping the game for just a moment of silence. Something that was being held here in the county at multiple schools, and the gymnasium here wants to be involved with that as well in advance of the school year. We've got some local ministers that want to give a blessing, so to speak, over the upcoming school year. And that never hurts anything. Franklin up 3-1 here in set number 2. Pass from Hooper, spiked by Chloe Adams, getting a kill. How about that? Getting the bugs worked out. Adams missed most of last year with an injury, as did Daphne Barlow, and it's good to see the two freshmen healthy as oxes, so to speak. Claire Barlow, the senior from Lower Tuskegee, will serve the ball. It's returned already. Liz Carpenter on shot number 3, and the ball drops. It's 3-3.
Fans in attendance says we have a national, or excuse me, not national, but a local prayer gathering here in Grant County. We want to ask if it's time for you all to please take a moment of silence during this game. Thank you.
One of the many reasons we love living here in Graham County, the good Lord comes first. Athletics are athletics. Let's resume play here in Robbinsville. It's 3-3 here in set 2. Here's Claire Barlow serving again. Nice jump pass there by Emma Ledford to Ryan Green. Robbinsville defends it nicely, however. And a good tip by Bowles, and Daphne Barlow can't snag it for 3. Rotation coming in will be Aubrey Haley and McKenna Plemons, another senior. She'll go to the service line. As we mentioned earlier, Franklin is senior heavy this year. Robbinsville has 3 on its roster. We've already mentioned them: Liz Carpenter, Claire Barlow, and Olivia Lewis. Franklin has 8 on its lineup. What a block by Barlow, or excuse me, Adams, I beg your pardon. However, it goes out. 5-3 advantage, Lady Panthers. And if you're Robbinsville, you don't want things to get awry yet again. And ball drops. It is 6-3, and this is kind of the way it started in set 1, falling apart, going off the rails, however you'll have it. And there's the pass from Barlow to Waddy. Adams in the middle with a spike. Nicely done. Plemons pass to the left side, and that drops good. Aim, good eye, good adjustment in midair. It's good all around if you're the Lady Panthers. And that ball is going to drop out of bounds. Service error for Franklin will give the point, and possession back to the Lady Knights, who needed to cool off Franklin quickly there. It is now 7-4. Needless to say, with just one row of bleachers out, the gym is packed. It's just packed right here underneath us. And why? Well, they couldn't get the bleachers to open for some reason on the home side tonight, and we really don't know why. There was some mechanical issues. Tried as they may, they could not get the bleachers to cooperate, and therefore there is no seating behind the bench tonight. A few fans peppered around the upper deck on the home side, though. Those are still working. Got 10 folks over there, but there's about 150 underneath us, and sadly, with the way we set up, you just can't see that. 7-6 is now the split as Robbinsville creeping back here in set 2. Surrey Waddy with another nice serve.
Serve, Trent Robbinsville trainers.
There's Red Hooper. And another entanglement. Daphne Barlow tumbled and just could not gather her footing in time to get back up. It is 8-6. That serve was Bristol Brooks. Here's Adams. Nice shot back over. Push back over the net by Miss Bowles, and a tip of her own at the front from junior Ren Hooper. Setter for Robbinsville. She'll pass. There's the set. And Carpenter's kill attempt is thwarted by the Lady Panthers. Waddy saves it. Hooper pass. Carpenter spike again. Take two. It's defended again. And this is turning into a heated exchange here on Gramstar Sports. Hooper pass. Carpenter blocked up front. And they can't get the return. Gotta say, nice hustle from both sides, however. Franklin leading the match 1-0. Overhead cam is working. We're just still a little bit glitchy with it for some odd reason, and I'm not sure why. But we're glad we got the other angle tonight. Wow. Claire Barlow was in position, but that spike just ate her up from senior Kiara Bowles. That's not a knock on Barlow. I don't know anyone in the state that could have defended a shot like that. Holy. 10-6. Advantage Franklin. And nice tip up front. Good read by Liz Carpenter. Senior making an offensive adjustment, I beg your pardon. And it'll be defensive specialist Olivia Lewis going back to the service line. And a nice shot up front. We'll give it right back to Franklin. Lady Panthers are staying one step ahead. It is, I beg your pardon, 11-7. I don't know why I keep hitting the wrong button here on my scoreboard. Sorry about that. Only doing about 45 different tasks up here tonight. Service error will give it back to the Lady Knights. They trail 11-8. Senior Liz Carpenter wants to say something about that for sure. Serve is off to the races. There's a dig for Carpenter as well. Pass from Hooper, pushed by Barlow at the front. And the sister combo shuts down that Franklin kill attempt. It's 11-9. Good effort. You hear the Franklin bench come to life on that one. And nice tip by senior Claire Barlow. Another nice adjustment midair. And it's 11-10. The legend herself, Maya Winfrey, scooping up the loose ball. Liz Carpenter goes back to serve. And it's off. And it's an ace for the senior from Carpenter. Hollow, we're all knotted up at 11 apiece on GramstarSports.com. Good to see the life out of these Lady Knights after that first set just went way off the tracks. Tip by Barlow. goes out. 12-11 advantage. Goes back to the Lady Panthers. And there is Olivia Lewis trying her darndest, but that was just a nice direct serve by Michaela Sanders. 13-11 is the split at the moment. Carpenter will receive it. Pass from Hooper as a jump. And Claire Barlow with a big kill in the middle to give it back to the Lady Knights. It's now 13-12. Hooper will go back to the service line. There's the pass. There's the push. Carpenter's got it. Tip over by Hooper. Pass by Barlow back over the net. How about that kill in response for big Kelly Queen? She led the team last year by far and away in kills. She had 339 moments of destruction last season. Miss Bowles, the left side hitter, had 181. And Ryan Green, who you also see on the floor tonight, another senior, had 145. That was your top three stat leaders for the Lady Panthers. But that effort, good work by Carpenter coming up from the back to make sure the volley stayed alive, but no one could get to that one. Carpenter and Lewis tried their darndest. Couldn't get it done. 15-12 is your split at the moment. Oh, nice reception by Carpenter. Laid out for that one. Daphne Barlow tries to find the open spot and put a little too much pepper in the gumbo. Point goes back to Robbinsville. 16-13 is now the score at the moment. Freshman Daphne Barlow will take her hacks. And that ball is out. Good effort by Ledford, but no dice. Robbinsville trails by 2 here in set 2. Daphne Barlow again. Ledford pass. Tip by Green, and it'll throw Ren Hooper off enough that it'll be a point for Franklin. 17-14. Advantage stays with the Lady Panthers. Jump serve by Miss Queen. And lack of communication up front is costly there. It's 18-14. Katie Phillips will call a timeout. We'll take it with her. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. Lady Knights got to get the bugs worked out. 18-14 here in set 2 as we're back live from Robbinsville High School. Kevin Hensley with you on GramstarSports.com. Franklin leading the match 1-0. It was an even gamut early on, back and forth battle, and the Lady Panthers had enough of that. Went on an 18-0 run over the homestanding Lady Knights. And Robbinsville simply reeled from the word go after that. Could not get into a rhythm, even after they finally got a volley back. Claire Barlow's block is out. Oh my, that was a powerful block, but it angled a little too high. She's led the conference in blocks over the last 2 seasons, so we're not shocked by Miss Barlow's work there. We just wish it had dove a little bit sooner. Sanders pass to the left side will go to Miss Bowles. She'll get it back over now. Chloe Adams with just a standing smack of the ball. And Bowles gets it over that time as well. Franklin leading by 6 here in set 2. Tip by Adams again. Scramble on the back row. Sanders and Queen save it for Franklin. Claire Barlow with a push, and that one threw everybody off kilter on the other side of the net. 20-15 is the score. Robbinsville's got the ball back, but is going to have to do some serious work to get some momentum going here. Senior Claire Barlow, you see, backing up to the service line. And it's a jump serve for the senior, Claire Barlow. There's a fist pump from number 17, Emma Ledford. Sanders calls everybody off with a nice pass to the left side. Bowles returns it. Daphne Barlow gets it on the back row. Hooper pass to Adams. And the back right corner, of the court was exposed. And Robbinsville took advantage. It's 2016. There's a rare set for Miss Ledford. Quick return by the Lady Knights as the battle rages on. Waddy calls everybody off. Good communication. Carpenter returns it. It's bumps all around. It's a kill for Bowles. Boy, is she having a good night for the Lady Panthers or what? And Michaela Clemens will step in for the Lady Panthers. McKenna Clemens, I beg your pardon, Miss Clemens and friends. We hope some of our friends are watching. We know Franklin has the Panthers Sports Network. They've started. And you can see Robbinsville in action over there later on this season. That's right here on YouTube. Free of charge. People ask us sometimes why we charge for the games. Well, it's very simple, fans. We are giving a portion of the proceeds back to the program that you buy a ticket to watch. So, the scoreboard's got all wonky on us. Sorry about that. So, anytime that you buy a pay-per-view pass to watch the Lady Knights or the Black Knights, depending on the sport, every single sale will see a portion of that go back into the program's pocket. We'll talk about the streaming schedule in just a moment. First, Surrey Waddy is going to try to take her hacks here on GramstarSports.com. And a substitution coming for the Lady Panthers, who just need two more to go up 2-0 in this contest here on Gramstar Sports. And despite the best efforts of Miss Waddy, that ball was not going to be received nicely. Set point for the Lady Panthers. Make it set point, period. How about that? It's a 2-0 lead for Franklin here on the Gramstar Sports Network. 25-17 is how things shake out at this time as we are with you from Robbinsville High School, and very privileged to be here tonight. How you doing, folks? Kevin Hensley with you high above and over here in the corner that I mentioned earlier. Here at the Gramstar Sports Network, we got a new setup. We got some new angles. We're trying to get the camera kinks worked out with that overhead cam, and that pesky thing just keeps getting the best of us. We'll get it clear as a bell before it's all over with. We don't have a football telecast till September 6th, and we definitely want to make sure that we get something going with that. Fans, I got to talk about something real quick. We're going to fill in this break in between sets as you hear Journey, one of my favorite groups ever, as a matter of fact, crank up in the background during the timeout for the fans in attendance here. We were anticipating having a highlight package ready for tonight, our opening graphics as we talked about Monday, and having a lot more of our production ready to go. But we got handed one of the biggest curveballs I think I've ever been handed in my life yesterday about lunchtime. Phone call that altered the entire afternoon, evening, and late night and caused us to get really behind at the Grand Star because of it. Papers out, papers on the streets, and my dear friend Matthew Osborne would be very, very happy to know that for sure. Matthew Osborne was an editor here in Graham County in the early 2000s. It was actually his first editor job out of college. 2003, 2004. A lot of you fans may remember his name being here as the editor. Later on, he went to be my boss at the Cherokee Scout in Murphy when I moved to North Carolina in 2016 from Georgia. And I got a call yesterday about lunch that Matthew had passed away. Matthew and I were very good friends, and he touched a lot of lives. He was a fantastic journalist, and an even better human being and friend. Give your loved ones a hug, fans. That's all I know to tell you, because we're not guaranteed the next second of this life. When our Maker calls us, there's not a thing in the world we can do to stop it. We can try to fight it, but if he wants us bad enough, there's a little bit of solace in it. Matthew, apparently, for all we know, details are sketchy at the moment, but Matthew simply went to sleep on Monday night and never woke back up. We ask you to pray for his family, his wife Samantha, his boys Hunter, Callum, and Ollie. They have just lost a husband, father, and as I said, a terrific human being. And I, instead of breaking down crying, I'm going to go back to the court because set 3 is about to begin here in Robbinsville. And I just want to say I love you, my friend, and I'm really going to miss you. I miss texting. We've talked during games before. He's texted me watching broadcasts, and I thank him for everything and his contribution to the world. You'll hear me drop some Matthew-isms along the way. I may even pay tribute to him when I do. God bless you, my friend. Set 3 underway here in Robbinsville. Franklin leading the match 2-0 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Kevin Hensley with you for this telecast from high above the gymnasium floor. No place we'd rather be. That ball almost came into your living room there, fans. That was a mad scramble to try and save the point. But alas, it was for naught. Back at the service line is senior Emma Ledford. Ledford pass behind. Goes to Whittakind, another senior. And the kill goes out, so Robbinsville will get the point. And we got a rotation error on Robbinsville. Not quite sure who it was. Kagan Buchanan came in. That was her first appearance here tonight. But since she was up front, and they're going to have to call a timeout to try and figure out what exactly happened there. We'll step aside with them, fans. Stay with us here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Back, everyone, to Robbinsville High School, 2-1 after the Lady Knights had to pause things here in set number 3 and try and figure out just what the heck was going on with the rotation. Everybody seemed a little bit off kilter there. Claire Barlow's kill attempt will go out of bounds. It is 3-1 in favor of the visitors. Lady Panthers, as we mentioned already tonight, the defending Mountain 7 champions from last year, went 11-1 in divisional play. Robbinsville took 1 out of 6 total sets played against them last season. And a big kill for the Panthers makes it 4-1. And again, 8 Lady Panthers suiting up tonight are in their final year of eligibility for high school volleyball. So a lot of experience on the other side of the net. And a lot of talent coming off that 23-3 run last year. Ren Hooper couldn't get to that one after the dig attempt. It is now 5-1. Panthers cruising here in the early going of set 3. Robbinsville, hey, this is why you play the game, though, right, fans? That ball took a weird bounce over the net, not once but twice. Kagan Buchanan thought it was a service error. So she had already, unfortunately, turned her back. I think everyone in tennis thought the same thing. Instead, it'll be another serve for senior Callie Queen. Olivia Lewis will receive it. Pass from Hooper, tipped by Claire Barlow. And that ball drops right behind Carpenter and Waddy. And neither one of them called for it. Yikes. 7-1 here in set 3. Katie Phillips does a great job of scheduling non-conference matchups that will do nothing but improve Robbinsville, whether they win or lose. You always want to get better as the year goes along. Obviously, you want to win, but taking a loss to a team like the Lady Panthers is really nothing you should be ashamed of. They're stacked all around. Big kill in the middle by Claire Barlow. Maybe that'll wake them up a little bit on the home side of the net. 7-2 here in the third set. And there is Kagan Buchanan getting her first serve of the night. Pass behind, returned by Adams, almost out. I think it was saved inadvertently by Callie Queen, but Kagan Buchanan couldn't do anything with it. And it will go right back to Franklin. They are ahead 8-2. We mentioned earlier we got started about 30 minutes off schedule. Typically you want to say JV's at 5, varsity at 6. Of course, there's a lengthy warm-up period if you're a varsity athlete in North Carolina. There's 2 5-minute stanzas plus a 5-minute peppering session to get your limbs loose. So by the time all that's said and done, typically it's about a 25-minute warm-up session. But JVs went long tonight. JVs went to 3 sets. Robbinsville rallied late in set 2 and forced the tiebreaker. It's 2 out of 3 on JVs. Of course, varsity is 3 out of 5. And ultimately, the Lady Panthers put the matchup away. A big kill in the middle by Ledford. Franklin up by 8 here in set 3. Final set scores from that JV matchup were 25-22, 24-26. That one was the one Robbinsville picked up the dub in. And Franklin won the tiebreaker to win the match, 15-7. Once that ball gets in no man's land, it is hard to get it dug out. You've seen Claire Barlow there just kind of with a helpless look on her face. Not much she could do there. Not a knock on Miss Barlow. It's only so much magic you can make. That ball is out on the serve. And I think it's supposed to be 11-3. But our scoreboard here in the gym says 10-3, so maybe I've got it wrong. We'll stay with what I've got for now. Service error for Robbinsville. 10 makes it 11. They're still sticking with that. Wow, okay. Score was 12-3, but I digress. Up here yakking. What do I know? And that was a service attempt by Bristol Brooks. And it was an error. So that is 3 consecutive service errors, counting Franklin twice and Robbinsville once. Let's see if Daphne Barlow can break the unfortunate streak. She does. That's a good serve to the back row. Right, square in the middle of the court. Chloe Adams. Oh my goodness, what a hustle by number 34, McKenna Plemons. Trying her darndest here on GramstarSports.com. And that ball actually went right around the water cooler, so got a little drenched. And they'll have to swap out for another ball. It's 12-5. We'll have to check during the next timeout to see what the score should be. Franklin gets tangled up, and Robbinsville has cut the deficit in half. It's 12-6. Push by Carpenter, no dice here on the Gramstar Sports Network. It will be a Franklin serve. We believe the score is 13-6, but as the editor of the newspaper, I can attest to you that I get stuff wrong all the time. If you don't believe me, just ask the public. Serve attempt by Clemens, no good. Back over to Robbinsville. Chloe Adams tries to serve, and that one, no good. Both teams are just struggling at the service line right now. I don't know why the air in the room hasn't changed a bit. Daphne Barlow to Ren Hooper. Liz Carpenter finds an open gap on the front right. Panthers playing back a little bit, and Carpenter made them pay. It is 14-8. Liz Carpenter will serve the ball. Jump set. What a block by Claire Barlow. Oh, yeah. You got to like that. Robbinsville trying to rally. 14-9 is the score. Rally big cut short there for now. Still a lot of time left in set 3. I'm going to stay with the score on the scoreboard here in the gym. I think I've verified that it is supposed to be, I guess now 14-2. I'll stand corrected, 15-9. There we go. And we got some discussion here. Claire Barlow having a chat, one of the captains, of course, for Robbinsville with the head official. And he's calling in his, the Franklin captain, I beg your pardon, that is Emma Ledford. And both girls are discussing things at the net. It will be a replay after the dispute, so that will erase the score off the board. We'll drop it back to 14-9, and we'll try again. And a tip at the front. Good work. Robbinsville still hanging tough. Here's Ren Hooper. Carpenter's spike attempt just went straight south. She threw the knuckleball, and that's not the time to do it. 16-10. And that defensive attempt didn't matter because it was out of bounds. She missed it anyway, didn't miss Sanders. 17-10 is the score, and that will bring Callie Queen back around to serve. Daphne Barlow tried to dig, just couldn't get in position in time. Big kill up front. Have yourself a night, Miss Bowell. Boy, is she showing off here in Robbinsville tonight. Pass from Carpenter, returned by Daphne Barlow. And another point goes to the Panthers. 19-10. Robbinsville's going to have to regroup quick here. They cut it to a 5-point deficit just a few minutes ago, and it's quickly now a 10-point difference. Katie Phillips seems to be letting things go. Point for the Lady Knights. There we go. Hit the wrong button again. One of these days, fans, will have a big technical production with 75 staff members. If you want to help us out, we're always taking volunteers, by the way. Olivia Lewis is at the service line for Robbinsville. Another rotation question here, I believe. For what's going on, Katie Phillips has been called over to the head official. Oh, there must be an unruly fan. We don't have an SRO here tonight, which is highly unusual. That would be the SRO's responsibility. To eject someone from the gym if that were the request. No SRO. No administrator either. I thought we had at least an admin here, but I don't see either one of them. What a spike by Bowles. Holy tamale. 21-12 is the score here in Robbinsville. And the Franklin faithful fired up over that one, as you can audibly hear. Good save by Daphne Barlow. Hooper pass. Carpenter will just simply send it to the back, and Panthers scramble. Bowles with the return. Claire Barlow blocked up front by a double team effort. Robbinsville saves it. Big block by Barlow. Point Robbinsville. Oh, baby. 21-13. Lady Knights are down, but they are most definitely not out here on the Graham Star Sports Network. And it's an ace for the senior, Claire Barlow. Robbinsville's cut it down to 7. And it's a service error, unfortunately. Robbinsville's had a couple of mini rallies here in this set. And they're going to call a carry, so that'll end that effort. Two away are the Lady Panthers. Serve coming from Bristol Brooks. Robbinsville doing his best to defend. And another huge smash up front. by Kelly Queen, and it is going to be match point coming for Franklin. And that fan has came back into the gym that was ejected earlier. He's still lingering, and he's not supposed to be, and there are a lot of fans being disrupted by that. I guess the fan has left the gym. Katie Phillips is having to walk outside to the lobby just to try and make sure he's gone. We thought he left the gym, but evidently he was lingering in the commons area. I'm going to show him on the screen. Match point for Bristol Brooks and the Franklin Lady Panthers. Let's hope the Lady Knights can get something going in this volley. Chloe Adams with a desperation return. Olivia Lewis's dig attempt will go awry. And Franklin has traveled to Robbinsville and handed the Lady Knights a definitive sweep. Robbinsville's got to work out some kinks as we go along. Your final set scores 25-10, 25-17, and 25-14. We want to thank all of you for joining us tonight here on our YouTube channel.